Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga. I am Grace. Welcome to a hip and floor practice today. So we'll be staying on the floor, and our focus is Santosa, contentment, part of the 8 limbs, the niyamas, and we're going to contemplate this concept of contentment throughout this practice. Let's begin. Finding a nice comfortable seat. I have a little cushion. Let's see. That might look better. Taking the breath down into the belly, closing the eyes, coming in, feeling the physical body, where it is in time and space, feeling that connection to the earth and that support of the earth. And drawing your attention inward to pratyahara, withdrawing the attention from the external world and bringing all that attention inward into the inner energies, the inner aliveness, this inner presence that's within us all. The dynamic energy field within you. You may feel the heart beating, that core pulsation expands throughout the entire body. And diving into the emotional body, simply noticing being content with exactly what is arising within us and through us in this moment. And taking this opportunity to create an intention for yourself. Always stating it in the positive and present moment. And releasing that intention with this or better, this or better, this or better. Beautiful. And let's get on our mats if you're not. And we're going to be doing some nice floor and hip opening poses. So let's start in our Baddha Konasana. Working back and forth a little bit. And flapping those butterfly wings. A nice way to warm up those hips while we move into the forward fold. And letting those wings start to slow down. And pressing those legs down towards the earth as you extend the spine. Lengthen the spine, engaging the bandhas and folding forward on the exhale. Find your edge in your forward fold, keeping your spine straight for one deep breath, a deep inhale. And on the exhale, see if you can hinge just a micro movement deeper. And then rounding the spine. You bring the hands to the floor and just taking a few breaths here. Noticing the sensation in the hips and the body. Fully present to the body today. And inhaling your way up. Beautiful job. And then let's just make some circles around pelvis. And any spot that feels good, we can massage a little bit. Really enjoying the sensations in your body, and let's go the other direction. Keeping that breath flowing. Enjoying being in our bodies. Beautiful. And let's move into a little forward fold, a single leg forward fold. So my left leg is out. The sole of my right foot is resting against the inner thigh of the left leg. And I'm going to inhale and lengthen again. See how long and extended you can bring that spine, engaging the bandhas, and on your exhale, fold forward. And find that nice deep hinge, and then allow the back to round. And you can bring the head in towards the leg. You can massage that foot with great self-love. You can flex and extend the foot. Just practicing our Santosa, being content with our bodies exactly as they are in this moment. Being content with the sensations we're experiencing. If you're feeling any pain, always back off. Those nice sensation of stretch in the back legs. Knowing that contentment is a choice. We don't need to wait for life to be perfect, circumstances to be perfect, to choose that state of contentment and peace within. And one more breath here. On the inhale coming up, and we'll switch to the other side. Inhaling, lengthening, and exhale, hinging forward. Noticing the sensations, noticing the difference between each leg. And once you get to the deepest hinge, allow the spine to round. And just enjoy this nice forward fold as you contemplate that choice for Santosa, contentment. Engaging the body, the bandhas, and breathe. You can massage that foot if you want, flex and extend it. And one more breath here. And on the next inhale, coming all the way back up. Beautiful, beautiful job. And let's come up onto the knees. We'll move into our Ustrasana, our camel. The hips are right over the knees. And we're going to bring that pelvis to neutral. Bringing the hands onto the small of the back. Opening up the heart. Bringing those shoulder blades together as you lift the heart and find that gentle back bend. Taking a breath or two here. And if you'd like to come all the way down to the heels or come onto the toes and bring those heels up a little bit. And always moving those hips back over the knees. And one more breath. And coming up, let's move right into a child's pose. Opening up the knees, coming down. Let's extend those arms out in front of us. Taking a few breaths. And let's again contemplate Santosa, choosing to be content, being that calm amidst the storm, knowing that life will always be happening, circumstances will always be happening, they won't always be perfect, but we choose contentment as a state of being, unrelated to all the circumstances and life's happenings. So contemplating that as we rest in child's pose for a few breaths. And coming up on the inhale, let's come up and let's move into an up dog. And begin to just flow from your up dog back into a cat stretch. Making any little spontaneous movements along the way that feel good. Fully present to the sensations in your body, content. And coming back, we're going to sit in Virasana. This is hero. So we're right on our heels, and you can put a block underneath and sit on a block, or you can just take those feet out from under you. Just take a moment in Virasana, hero. And on your next inhale, coming up onto those feet, and we're going to come up and we're going to move into squat. So coming onto the feet, Have those feet out and see if you can rest down onto the heels. So the whole foot is resting on the earth. And you can bring those hands between the knees and kind of press them out a little bit and bring the hand in Anjali prayer position. And engage the bandhas and breathe. This beautiful hero. Noticing the sensations in your own body as you rest in this sense of contentment, allowing life to arise as it arises, not making anything wrong, just observation, no judgment. And one more breath here. Beautiful. Coming down. We're going to move into fire log. So let's open up the legs. I'm going to take the right leg and I'm going to bring it as parallel to this long edge of the mat as I can. Just even start to flex my feet because they're going to be both flexed. I'm going to rest this left ankle right on the right knee and flex both those feet. You can put a cushion or a block in between this space, a lot of space here, and inhaling as you lengthen and exhale, hinging forward. Feeling that sensation and breathe. Engaging those bandhas. Basking in the sensation of this pose. Nice hip opener. One more breath. And on the inhale, coming back up. Beautiful job. Let's go to the other side. Opening those legs out. Let's bend that left leg so that shin is parallel to that long edge of the mat. Start to flex the feet already. Resting that right ankle on the left knee. Stacking the knees and ankles. Flexing those feet. Inhale, lengthening the body. Exhale, hinging forward. Find your edge. Engage the bandhas and breathe. Focusing on that state of contentment and all that is arising, all the sensations, sounds, the smells, the body sensations. Choosing that state of mind to be content, even though circumstances in your life may not be exactly as you wish them. Feeling a sense of inner contentment that's undependent. It's not dependent on the constantly changing dynamic external circumstances. And inhale, coming up. Beautiful. Let's release those legs. Let's flop them out. Windshield wiper those legs a little bit. Beautiful. Let's come into a table pose. Knees under the hips, wrists under the shoulders, and move into our cat-cow as we flex and extend that spine, inhaling into your extension as the back is arched, head is lifted. Exhale, tucking the tailbone, rounding the back like a Halloween cat, dropping the head, looking in towards the legs and the belly, and moving back and forth at your own pace. And in that sense of contentment, Santosa. Just to be on your mat. Contentment often invites us to appreciate the simplest things. And to know that that state is within you. And you can be content and still wish and move forward in making your life more expansive and more creative, forwarding your career. We do it from that state of contentment. Adding any little spontaneous movements. Sometimes in cat, I like to bring the hips back or make circles. Enjoying moving in your body. Beautiful. Coming back to center. Move into a couple low lunges. So let's take that right leg up. You can move that left knee back a little. And let's drop those hips down into a nice lunge, low lunge. Feeling the hip opening on this left side. You can straighten that front leg for a nice little stretch. Flex and extend the foot. Keeping the breath flowing, moving into some lunge rocks. As you notice all the beautiful sensations. Content to be in your body. Sacred body temple. And coming back to center, we're going to move into pigeon. So I'm going to bend that front knee. If you can have it so it's parallel to the top edge of the mat, but I've never been able to do that. Mine is more bent in. And take a moment to inhale and lengthen the spine. Drop the hips down more towards the earth and feel that nice opening on the left side, the left hip. Trying not to roll over onto this right side. You can put a cushion underneath your right buttocks to help yourself from rolling. And if you want, coming down, bring the hands down to the mat or even all the way down in your pigeon. And taking a few more breaths here. Content to be in this pigeon pose. And inhaling up, and let's bring that leg back. So we're back into table. We're going to move into a lunge on the other side. So bringing that left leg up. Okay. Adjust your foundation a little. Bring the knee back and sinking those hips down towards the earth as you rock forward. Feeling that nice opening and stretch in the hips. And straightening that front leg as you feel a nice stretch on the back leg muscles. You can flex and extend that foot, left foot. More sensation. And just beginning to rock back and forth as you lunge forward and back, and your lunge rocks. Noticing sensation. Focusing on that principle of Santosa. Choosing contentment. Keeping the breath flowing, bandhas engaged. Content right now to bask in the sensations of this pose. And coming back to center, we're going to move into pigeon and bending that front leg. Coming up, now we're going to watch so that we don't lean up over, roll over onto the left buttocks. Sometimes a little cushion can help. Taking a moment in this nice high position as you lengthen the spine and have the head extending up towards the heavens, sinking the hips down, extending the spine, noticing that nice hip opening on the right side. And then if you'd like, you can either stay here, it's nice hip opening, or come all the way down. Begin to feel it a little more on the left side as well. You bring the hands and taking a few breaths here, contemplating that choice to find and bask in that space within you that is always content, always at peace. And coming up on the next inhale. All the way up. And bringing that knee back into table. We're going to come so the feet are in front. And we're going to move into a little couple balances. Balancing bear and boat. And let's start with a little warm up with balancing bear. Let's keep one heel. I'm going to have my right heel really rooted into the earth. Grabbing that left foot from the outside I'm just opening up. I can have my other hand on my right foot or anywhere, but just focusing on this left leg, moving it around, feeling the different stretches. Content to be right here. Follow my attention into this left leg, just moving it around in ways that feel good. Relaxing that heel down. And we can take that right leg up and moving that right leg, bringing the attention into the right leg, feeling the stretch. Keeping the breath flowing. And then I'm going to bring my arms inside and my hands are going to be wrapped around the outside of the feet. Can lift those heels up off the floor, be balancing on those sits bones. And on your next inhale, opening up both legs. And if this doesn't work for you, this balance, just go back to one leg at a time. Finding a drishti in front of you, something you can gaze at, and breathe. One more breath there. And relaxing down. Beautiful job. Now we're going to move into our boat balance pose. And we're going to move into where our foundation is those sits bones, edge of that sacrum, where we're feeling the earth and the body connect. And let's bring those legs up into a half boat. So the legs are about parallel to the floor. And you can stay, this might be your pose. You can stay right here or move into a full boat as you extend the legs and the arms out. Find your drishti and breathe. One more breath. Coming back into half boat and then moving down. Let's scoot up towards the front of the mat. And we're going to move into the spinal rocks or just come down gently onto the mat. Feel that nice massage on the back, the erector spinae muscles. And ending up on your back. Knees are up and we're going to move into our supine pigeon or four. I'm going to rest the right heel just above the left knee. Lift that left foot up, bringing that left thigh in towards your body, clasping the hands behind the left hamstring and gently pulling that left leg in. Feeling a nice hip opening on the right side. Engage the bandhas. Breathe. Contemplating on this decision, this choice, this empowered choice to be content with what is arising right now. The sensations that arise, the emotions that arise, the thoughts that arise. Releasing that way. Knowing that there'll always be things, we're going to switch legs on our to-do list. There'll always be things we want to change about our lives. But we still can be content in the moment in an inner state of contentment. Lifting that right leg, clasping the hands behind the right thigh and gently pulling that right thigh in. And one more prayer. And releasing and coming out. And let's bring the knees into the chest and rock back and forth. Let's bring the legs up. And flex and extend those feet. So notice this beautiful inversion. And we can inhale as we lift those hips. Feet are right above the eyeballs. Engaging the bandhas and breathe. Let's hinge over into plow. Tucking those knees into the body. Bringing the hand down to the mat. And gently rolling down. Beautiful job. And let's move into our Matsyasana, our fish. Palms are down onto the earth. We're going to bring one hand at a time underneath the buttocks, snugging those arms close to the body, pressing into those elbows, those forearms as you lift the chest, coming up towards the sky, lifting the head off the mat, and then gently placing the head back down. And this nice back bend on the upper thoracics as you engage the bandhas and breathe, relaxing in contentment. Content to be alive, to be breathing, to be in this pose on this mat, here now. And inhale as you press into the elbows, lifting the head, straightening out and coming back down, releasing the hands. And let's bring the knees into the chest again as we release and relax that lower back. Just bring those legs up, straighten, and bring the hands behind the calves and bring a gentle pressing those legs in towards the body. You can bring the hands around the outer edges of the feet and widen them, still pulling them close into the body. And then let's bend those knees. Let's take one. My left leg is straight. My right knee is bent and tucked in towards the body. And I'm going to be gently pressing that right leg in towards the body as I press the left leg down towards the earth. And you can open up that left leg a little bit so it's protecting those ribs, and you're coming in more towards the armpit. And feel those two lines of energy going in opposite directions simultaneously. Engage the bandhas and breathe. And releasing that left leg, the right knee, and let the right foot rest on the earth, keeping that bent. And then move into a nice knee down supine twist. So coming up onto that left side just an inch, bringing that right knee over to the left hand guiding it over. Right hand is extended out 90 degrees, and I'm going to turn the head to gaze over the right fingertips. And breathe in this nice deep twist. And we're detoxifying the internal organs, bringing energy into the spine. And on your next exhale, releasing the leg, coming back onto the back. And let's straighten that right leg out. Let's bring the left knee in, bring it a little out so we're not going to crush those ribs. Pressing the right thigh down towards the earth. Left knee coming in towards the body. Two lines of energy going in opposite directions simultaneously. Engage the bandhas and breathe. Noticing the sensations. Content to be in this pose, in this moment, as yourself. One more breath here. And releasing that left leg, left foot on the mat, left knee up. We're going to move into a supine twist on the other side. So coming up onto that right side just an inch, bending that left knee, bringing it over to the right hand guiding the left knee over, left hand out 90 degrees, gazing over the left fingertips. And engage those bandhas and breathe and bask in the sensations of this beautiful pose. Content to feel all the beautiful sensations in your body. One more breath. And releasing the leg. Coming back to center. Let's bring those knees into the chest, rocking back and forth. Let's bring those feet together in a Supta
Baddha Konasana, supine butterfly, and gently pulling those feet. The hands are wrapped around the feet, soles of the feet are together, and we're just going to gently pull the feet and the legs in towards the body, engaging the bandhas and bringing in the prana. Choosing to be content here now with all that is arising as it's arising. And one more breath. And releasing. And let's bring those feet so that they're facing up towards the sky and the heavens. Wrapping the hands around the outer edges of the feet. And gently pulling down towards the earth. Feeling that nice, gentle hip opening. Engage the bandhas and breathe. Find your gentle edge. Never forcing. Never moving into pain. And moving into happy baby, kicking the legs around. Doing what feels good in the body. Being more and more embodied in these legs, these feet, these ankles, the knee, hips. Bringing your awareness to them and knowing that these limbs, appendages are part of your embodiment experience. And bringing the feet down. Let's move into some releases. Finding that hula as you keep everything flat on the earth and just hinge those hips. One hip goes down towards the heel, opposite one comes up, reaching up towards the ribs, swiveling the hips, noticing the sensations in the lower back, keeping that breath flowing. And we're going to move into hip pointers now, coming back to center. One hip and buttocks is rooted in the earth. The other hip points up, adding a little twist. One hip at a time, pointing up. The other butt cheek rooted into the earth. And breathe. Creating that intention, that choice to be content in each moment, in this moment, with life, our bodies, as it is arising. Knowing we're always in the middle road, coming back to center, moving into cat-cow in this supine position, feeling that spine arch up off the earth in your cow, and then that spine round and press in, that lumbar spine, pressing into the earth in your cat. Moving back and forth. Cat is our flexion of the spine. Cow is our extension. We're always in the middle road, midway in our life. There'll always be things we've accomplished and things we want to accomplish. and being content with always being midway, not waiting to be content when everything's accomplished. We've succeeded in everything, because then we'll still be midway. We'll have accomplished things and there'll be new things we'll want to accomplish. So honoring that middle way and allowing ourselves to feel content there. And let's keep those knees up. Let's walk those feet to the wider edges of the mat, and let's drop one knee at a time down to the center. Single knee drop. Basking in the sensations. Content with ourselves as we are, our true nature. As present moment awareness. And one more time on either side. Coming back to center. Let's bring those feet back together. Flop those knees over to one side or the other. Lifting the top knee. Coming over. Bottom leg follows. And again, top leg. Bottom follows. Continuing at your own pace. And one more time on either side. Coming back to center and moving into your Savasana. Relaxing the legs out straight, the arms. And allowing the body to sink into the earth as it releases all holding of the muscles, muscular tension, letting everything go. Feel those little micro holdings in the muscles and just let them release. Let's take a moment to tense the whole body up. Feel it stretch, 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 tense, tense, tense. And then release, releasing everything, relaxing into the earth, inviting the bones, the muscles, all the systems of the body, every cell, every molecule to relax deeper and deeper. Inviting the nervous system and the brain to relax deeper and deeper. Letting everything go into a few moments of silence as you allow the entire practice to integrate body, mind, and spirit. And I will bring you back. Take a nice deep breath into the belly as you gently come back. If you have time and can remain in Savasana, I invite you to continue for as long as you need, wiggling the fingers and the toes, beginning to come back into the body, stretching. The arms and legs, and when you're ready, rolling over to one side and the other, taking a breath here. And then coming up into a seated position. And taking this moment to check back in with yourself, check in with the physical body. Diving in, Pratyahara, scanning that inner being, noticing the inner aliveness, the inner presence. Still breathing into the belly. And diving into the emotions. And noticing if there's any shifts from when you checked in at the beginning of practice. And bring yourself back to that intention that you set at the beginning of practice. Feeling those emotions, emotional benefit from your intention. And we'll conclude this practice with a namaste prayer. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, light, truth, and peace. When I am in that place in me, and you are in that place in you, we are one. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for this floor and hip practice. Wishing you a most beautiful and most blessed day.